everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Yes, you've probably read the thumbnail, and yes, you're absolutely right. It was the Monaco Grand Prix, and Matt and Tommy from P1, of course, are at Monaco, as you would be. Yes, there's Matt on the left, with Tommy Bellingham standing up looking at his phone, with Neymar, the Brazilian football player, and they're playing poker at Monaco. Meanwhile, at WTF1, they're still wanking in their bedroom. I can't do this anymore. I just can't. What the fuck has Andre got on top of his head? Is that a Cornish pasty? Is that a future Greg sponsorship deal right there? Is it? I just fucking can't. It looks like Pepe the Pew. So what the hell is going on at WTF1? I've no idea. Already we've lost Jack Nicholls, who has completely disappeared off the planet. This is Jack's official Twitter account, which no longer exists. What have they done? Have they shot him? Have they killed him or what? I just don't get it. What the hell is going on? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the brand new WTF1 podcast. That's why they couldn't go to Monaco. They've just blown all their budget on two more brand new presenters. We've got Harry Benjamin and Callan O'Keefe. Yes. For fuck's sake. How many more presenters are they going to go through? How much more shit are they going to keep throwing at that fan? Hoping that something's going to stick. So this is the brand new WTF1 podcast. I'm done. I just can't do it anymore. So yes, there you go. There it is. WTF1. Fantastic. Anyway, Andre was interviewing Hayden's Gusset. Yes. Oh, I love Hayden's Gusset. He's the WeBuyAnyCar.com of the F1 gaming community. Yes, it's all about Hayden. It really is. It's all about, look, every single thumbnail, they're just mugging it. And he's got a big bobblehead over the top of cars. Look at it. Look, every single one of it. Look, it's all about Hayden. It's me. Look at me. Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face. It's me. Look at my face. Look. Every single video has got a mugshot of him in it. Apart from Araver, of course. He's got Araver in some of the videos as well, because a lot of you may remember that back in his younger days, he did used to suckle on the little teat of Araver. Yes, back in his youth, he used to suckle on the teat of Araver. Of course, in the present climate, he may want to dial that back a little bit. Anyway, congratulations, Hayden. That's exactly what you need in your thumbnails. Yes, that'll draw in the 12 to 15-year-old boys. Yeah. In the present climate, you might want to dial that back a little bit. Anyway, they were talking about the race in Monaco, and yes, what a race it was. Well, not really, it wasn't that special. It was probably the best Monaco race that they've had for quite a few years, but in terms of an actual sort of excitement factor, I'd say it's about a 6 out of 10, to be fair. Yes, it was way too overhyped. The rain did cause a little bit of excitement for a little while, then it tailed off and went boring again. So yeah, it wasn't as great as everyone was putting out, but for Monaco, it was, yes, a great race indeed. I think it's going to be quite a few front wings needed for the next race in 7 days' time. Yes, quite a few front wings, because they went through a few. And congratulations to Fernando Alonso. Second place. Get in there, you old bastard. Get in there. Yes, fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Yes, second position for Fernando. Greatly deserved in that Aston Martin. He's absolutely killing it in that Aston. Absolutely killing it right now. Fantastic to see. So yeah, it was a pretty decent race, I have to say. But more importantly than that was the qualifying, which was the best qualifying I think I've seen in about 15 years, honestly. My excitement level reached about 12 during the actual first qualifying run. Yes, when I saw Lewis Hamilton, Lulu, it was in 17th position and in the drop zone. My excitement peaked at that point. I was like, oh my God, yes, come on, time run out. And then right at the last second, he put it into 7th, and I was like, you bastard. You absolute cockwomble. What are you going to do that for? I was all ready to start tweeting. And Facebooking and everything. But he went and put it into 7th position. So yeah, but those final 5 minutes of qualifying was absolutely superb. The best I've seen in, I say, about the last 15 years. Maybe even longer than that. It was absolutely epic. Those times at the end as well. What can you say? Wowzers, me trousers. So yeah, it was a fairly decent race at Monaco. So we've got lots of excitement now. Another 7 days. We've got another Grand Prix, of course. So that's going to be good. But yeah, overall, I'd give it about a 6, maybe a 7 out of 10. But there was a lot going on in that race, you have to admit. You could never say that there wasn't much going on, because there was tons going on. Of course, Maxi Boy, once again, won the race. Despite everything that went on during that race, he still managed to win it. Can anybody beat Maxi Boy this season? I don't think so. But also, I'd like to say congratulations to Lulu and to George Russell, considering that was their first run out in this completely B-spec, almost redesigned car. They did do very decently indeed. Unfortunately, behind an Alpine and an Aston Martin, which, you know, but obviously with the changing conditions, that was going to happen anyway. But yeah, congratulations to them. And hopefully they can carry this forward and bring some real momentum into the next race. Hopefully. That's what we hope for anyway. Yeah, so there you go. That was the Monaco Grand Prix. Pretty exciting, has to be said. Lots of stuff going on, and I enjoyed it. So what do you think in the comments? Do you think that it was an enjoyable Monaco Grand Prix? What do you think about, you know, everything that went on? Do you think it was boring? Do you think the rain really sort of spoiled it a little bit by coming? I thought it was great. I especially liked the fact that it was raining on just a certain part of the circuit, so you had to sort of think to yourself, well, what am I going to do? Well, and the drivers were confused. Let's put it that way. They didn't know what to do, because it was completely dry just past the tunnel. Completely dry. It was absolutely chucking down just before you went into the tunnel, and there was some good driving out there. You tried driving on slick tyres in the wet. It's especially with a Formula 1 car with all the horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, it is not easy. So they did very, very well there. I'm surprised there wasn't more retirements, only 2 retirements. I'm very surprised about that. I thought loads would go out. But yeah, they made some good choices, good decisions. Checo, I'm not quite sure about that move coming out of the tunnel. I don't think that was ever going to be on. But Carlos Sainz, very, very upset, of course, with his own team for wrong strategy calls. And I have to agree with him. That was, once again, Ferrari doing Ferrari things. And he was doing really well, considering he had that missing end fence on his front wing, which I've said in the past, I really think people put too much credence into that end fence on. They say, oh yeah, it's vital for the... I don't think it's vital for the car at all. No. I don't think it's vital. I think it helps, obviously, but I think the way that it helps is only about 5 or 10% difference to the downforce. Because don't forget, of course, Monaco is a very high downforce circuit. If losing that amount of the front wing, the complete end fence of the front wing, if losing that amount would have caused him problems, he would have dropped down the field. I know it's hard for people to overtake, but they still would have done, and he would have dropped down the field. He didn't drop down the field. He managed to maintain his pace as well, considering that whole part of the wing was missing. So I think fundamentally, I mean, it may just be the fact that it's a slow speed circuit, so it really doesn't matter that much, but I think fundamentally those end fences don't really make much difference, to be honest. I'd say 10, maybe 15% of the overall wing package design makes the difference up, but I don't think it's any more than that, to be honest. I think the main structure is the actual front wing itself, the whole of the front. That's the thing that gives you the push down, the downforce to hold your car. I don't think that flap sticking up at one end really makes a lot of difference. It does, of course, channel the airflow from the wing over the top of the front wheel, and I can understand that, but I still think that it doesn't make as much difference as people say it is. So when I see cars losing those end fences, I don't really panic as much as I used to. Now, of course, we had other cars in that race which did have to come in, but they had a lot more damage, actual damage to the front wing, that you could see that they had to come in and change. Of course, Kevin Magnussen had huge damage to that front wing, so you had to get his wing changed as well. But if you actually don't damage any of the elements in that front wing, I don't think those end fences really make that much difference. That's my opinion anyway. So anyway, there you go. That was Monaco. Pretty great, I have to say. Pretty great race. I just thought I'd, do a little bit about Monaco and WTF1. What do you think about WTF1? Tell me in the comments. Do you think it's time for them to say au revoir? Do you think it's time for them to pack up now? Because, it's just ridiculous. If you compare it to Matt and Tommy, who still have got only a third of their subscribers. But I mean, WTF1 haven't got 1 million subscribers. That's just people that haven't bothered to unsubscribe. They haven't got 1.6 million subscribers, because that is not being related to the views that they're getting for their videos. No way. It's not happening. It's not happening. WTF1, you need to call it a day now. I'm calling it. You need to call it a day. Your main members of the team have gone now, and it's time for you to accept that and just move on. I'm not saying shut the channel down. Continue doing it, but you've got to accept now that Matt and Tommy are absolutely killing it. You've got no chance of beating them. You don't seem to be interested in your own channel. I do believe Hannah, who supposedly still works for WTF1, was actually in Monaco, and yet there's been absolutely zero coverage. If I was in Monaco working for WTF, I'd be 24-hour live streaming it. I would. I'd be, everything. I'd be going, oh, look at that wheel nut on that car there. But there was absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We got this from Andre, which was the tier list for Monaco, and that's it. And then of course we've had the podcast today. So they've actually changed what they were doing before, when they were doing like 3 live videos with a reaction to qualifying and a reaction to the race and everything. They've stopped that now as well. So as I say, they're just absolutely throwing whatever they can at it to see if it sticks, and nothing is sticking. Nothing's working. Nothing is working whatsoever. It's a great shame. I feel very sorry for Andre Harrison. Also for thank you. It's decided WTF1 shut me down. WTF1 shut me down. What's going on? They've shut me down. They have. WTF1 have shut me down. Oh dear. So yes, I feel sorry for Andre Harrison. That's really funny. And to the rest of the team at WTF1, because it's just not working. I've got no blame for any of them, to be honest. No blame for any of them, apart from the fact that Matt and Tommy have left. That whoever let them go needs to accept the blame for that, because it's done now. There's no going back. They're not going to come back to your channel, so you just got to accept it and move on. But where do they go from here? I've got absolutely no idea. I don't. They're hemorrhaging views. They are hemorrhaging views. All they seem to do now is just put out short videos, because they know that short videos make a lot more views than long form videos. So that's all they're doing. They're just constantly chucking out short videos. I just think everyone's given up now. I just think they've given up, and they're trying desperately to move on to other things. I really can't see Andre still being there past Christmas, to be honest. I really can't. I've said it before in past Hookster talks that he should just go now, and because he's damaging his own career by being there. He's damaged. Just go now, Andre, and let someone else do it. Because you are damaging your own career, your own reputation, and in 10 years' time you'll really regret that. So you should just leave. Just let him get on with it. I mean, it's ridiculous now, the amount of presenters they've gone through. I mean, Jack Nicholls missing in action. Kieran, he's gone. Hannah, AWOL. Is she still on WTF1? Is she not? She says she is. Says it on Instagram she is, but I'm not convinced, because I've seen no output whatsoever. Every time she posts a video, everyone just laughs at her and gets very low views. So yeah, I've no idea. At the moment, it's just Andre and is it Louise, who I think's doing the website, and that's the only 2 that are left, I think. So there was 5 presenters started. And also, by getting this podcast, with this new podcast, they've obviously been auditioning these new people to come in and do the podcast. So what is that left for Andre to do? Because he was supposed to be in charge of the podcast in the first place. It's all very, very confusing, and I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Anyway, I've been waffling for far too long. Thanks so much for watching this video, as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you. Good night.